Yeah, if you move aside, you can speak. No, he's gonna speak.
Because he was let anyone talk. You don't let anyone talk. What I want to say is just 2 points I want to raise.
Yeah.
You talk for like 10 minutes.
Don't ever let him speak.
When you were saying about how Muslims don't have to follow everything that Muhammad did.
Yes.
What I don't want to go into it, but I just want to bring it up.
Yeah.
Maybe, if you can answer it. Really
No problem. If I know, I'll answer it. If I don't know, I don't know.
So, I see a lot of Muslims who, they might grow their beard in a specific way, wear a certain attire and everything, like following the Sunnah of Muhammad and so on, like as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
So, on what criteria are you going to say, okay, him marrying a 45 or a 9-year-old or whatever, that is not part of his Sunnah directly, but this wearing and this exact patterns of
that's good.
That is, how do you differentiate clearly?
Prophet Muhammad gave us a commandment to grow our beard, clearly. He said grow your beard.
Okay.
But Prophet Muhammad never gave us a commandment to marry this age or that age. You know why? Because in the Quran, he gives us the age of marriage. Yeah. And it's up to you to get married or not. Even Prophet Muhammad doesn't even say you have to get married.
Okay,
you understand?
So
that's it.
That's
I haven't finished.
But I accept the answer.
No, but I haven't finished.
Okay, fine. And can I say one thing?
No, I'm speaking to you.
According to give yourself 7 women and give you 5, do you not think that was a bit greedy of him?
You see when you say that's when we ignore you.
Yeah.
But that's, it's the truth.
No problem. I can. No problem. You need to speak to you. No, sorry, forgive me. Okay. If 10 women came now, they are adults.
But he only gives himself.
Listen carefully.
7 in heaven.
Listen
He's more privileged than you.
He asked me questions that even let me answer. Look after yourself. Anyway, if 10 women are adults and they are mature and everything, and they want to be my wife, and I accept them, why is wrong?
If they're babies, it's wrong customers.
I said they're adults.
They're little kids.
They are 50 years old.
If they're adults, that's up to you. That's your prerogative.
So don't go.
Khalas,
we got Prophet Muhammad. Look, I just finished him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know he got finished. But they don't mind to have girlfriends. Anyway, Prophet Allah give us criteria. The age of marriage. What is the age of marriage according to Quran? But it's not compulsory upon every society. Is the age of puberty.
Okay.
Because why? Even if you Google it, what is the difference between a child and an adult? When a child reaches the age of puberty, becomes an adult. Okay. However, in Islam, hear me out. In Islam, that is not enough. Why? She has to be what? Psychologically ready and mature.
Okay, so on that point now, so I think you've answered that first objection.
I have to check the time for prayer, to be honest, because we pray. It's 4:20. Go on, the last one. Because I need to go pray.
So on the issue of you saying, the only way I can see it being consistent within Islamic theology for Muhammad to marry Aisha is if you're saying at not necessarily the age of 6, but I think it's maybe the age of 9.
9, yes, 9.
9 that she's already reached puberty, and also that she's psychologically mature.
She was mature.
And one potential objection to that is what he raised earlier. He said she was playing with dolls, and you said that was up to the age of 16.
Yeah.
So if she's still playing with dolls up to the age of 16. That is probably indicative of the fact that she's probably not. If she's still in a psychological state where she's still playing with dolls, she's probably not in a psychological state where she's ready for a marriage 7 years earlier than that, even.
Okay.
With Muhammad. So
that's a good point.
Wait. So that was one point, but the other point was also you have to substantiate also that she was reached puberty by the age of 9.
She said that.
Those 2 points.
She said Aisha mentioned herself. She said when a girl reaches the age of 9, she's a woman.
But how does that? So
that's what I'm saying. How different between a girl and a woman? The age of puberty. She said that, yeah.
So is that Quran or Hadith?
That's Hadith. Aisha said it herself.
Okay, and is that directly, the way how you're saying woman, right?
Yeah.
Is it very, very commonplace that you guys associate woman with puberty sort of thing?
Yeah, that's how, yeah. Because woman, child doesn't call woman in Islam. We don't call mar'a. Mar'a, you don't call a child a mar'a. You call her bint or tifla. But not a mar'a, a woman, okay? The other thing which, so you mentioned the toys. Well, I will tell you, yourself Google. Now there is many women in YouTube, big women. They have the habit of playing with those. Guess what? They are married. Guess what? One of them even she said my boyfriend, the new boyfriend, he likes me play with those. If she's still a child, the government should hand them down.
Wait, but that's different.
Why? You just tell me the doll.
No. Because
so the doll doesn't make you a child.
No. I'm saying no. But here's the difference: is that the government, the British government, they're not operating on a system of Islamic theology and understanding.
No, but I'm saying according to which law or according to which criteria that if a woman play with a doll, she's a child. Which culture?
On your culture.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't mean that.
Can I explain why? Right.
I told you it doesn't mean that.
I'm trying to explain why I think it could be. Because you were saying that the 2 criteria were puberty and psychological readiness, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying that having those pistol playing with those toys is indicative of psychological unreadiness.
But according to who?
Wait.
According to who?
You can't. The whole thing is
He just
subjective.
gave an
though.
example of.
I know.
But he just gave you.
I know.
You can't say
Relating
that
to that
he
example.
gave you-
To that example.
This is the point.
So to that
What are you just doing? Look at me. You are connected. Okay,
The
sorry.
problem is that we have no 10-year-old children here. If they
You
were
know
here,
Nintendo
it would be
Wii?
No. We don't have 10 years old of 1,400 years ago. That's a
I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does, because according to experts, it does make. You can read the book here.
My hands are cold.
I have many books. Knowledge is good.
When you brought up the example of the adult.
Do you play Xbox?
I know, but you know when he brought up the example of the adult.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Do you know how many people play Xbox?
okay, wait, just a minute. You know when you said about the
Anyway,
adult,
keep the book for you.
yeah.
To read this.
When you said about the adult, she was old enough, so she's reached puberty, obviously, but she's not psychologically mature.
But who said playing with a doll doesn't make psychological?
I'm saying that the whole idea of psychologically mature is a subjective one.
That's what, no, but that's my
Do
point.
you agree on that?
My point, yeah, it's true.
Right, exactly. So why are you saying that? Are you asserting otherwise that playing with dolls cannot be indicative of the fact that they're not psychologically ready?
Yeah, that's what I say. Doesn't mean that. Because the fact Aisha herself, when she was 16, she was carrying out the actions of a woman. She was not just playing with dolls. She herself, she used to ask Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When she was 18, she was one of the major scholars. No, when she was 18, she was one of the major scholars. The big scholars, the age of 50, 60, used to go back to her, ask her questions. And let me ask you, and pedophilia, when I looked for the definition of pedophilia, someone's only interested in little children. If they grew up, he's not interested in more of them. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was with Aisha until she was 8.
I never said he was a pedophile.
No, I'm just giving you that because you mentioned that. The Prophet was with Aisha until she was 18, until he died. And she was what? She was a scholar. So in this book, what's your name again? Sorry? Luca. In this book, because look, in order for us to speak about any subject, if we want to speak about physics, who should we go back to? Physicist. Okay? Biology, biologist. So in this, with regard of this issue, we go to psychologists, what they call them, sociologists, non-Muslim one, from America, from Britain. They tell you, back in those days, just 300 years back, children were completely different than children of our time. They used to reach the age of mature way quicker. Why? Because there was no nursery, there was no secondary school, primary school, secondary school, college. No. Either you are a girl child or a woman, a boy child or a man. And man, adult, even the adolescence term is a new term that was used, that was invented in the 19th century. There was not before. You know, this teenager, adults, all these stages that came way after. Before, as I've mentioned, a child or not. The fact that is that any Christian or a Jew or an atheist say what Prophet Muhammad did was pedophilia, without any doubt he's going to put himself in a deep, deep hole. Why? Because worldwide was something which is well known that back in those days, girls, to differentiate between a child and a woman was the age of puberty. You have to say your ancestors, German or British or French, were pedophiles. And no one says that except the foolish man.
And Joseph was a pedophile.
Yeah, Joseph.
Muslim is
Look at yourself, take care. I'm going.
read the verse because of it.